in this video I'm gonna show you how to integrate Salesforce with Xero. So I assume that you have created the Xero account, you have done the login and other stuff. So we will first integrate the Xero and Apex, and then we will write Apex class to access the Xero APIs, and we will send contacts and accounts and other stuff here. We can do many stuff. So here, so I will send this link in the description. So first come here, and in the quick setup, first we will do these steps. So first okay, so let me copy this and paste. Let me paste this into another browser so that we can access these easily. So in here, what we're gonna do, first we go to setup, security, auth, and provider new. First we will create an authorization for the user. So here in home, just go to setup, and here in the quick find box, just write auth and auth provider. So here I have created this with the new. So you have to create a new auth provider, and here you can see the details. This is the auth name and suffix and consumer key. So for the moment you should write ABC, because we will insert this consumer key later. So this is the authorization endpoint. Everything is written here. You can see in the consumer key, just write ABC, and then these URLs. There everything is provided. Default scope, in the default scope you will write these from here, and token endpoint URL, this is also written, so I have inserted that all too. So here you can see, click save and copy these command. So after saving this, you can see on save button, on the save button they provide when you do the save button, you will be given the callback URL. Here you can see callback URL, and I think it might be in this section when you do the save button, because I have created also one. So I have copied that in my previous, when I was doing this configuration. So here you will be given the callback URL. Copy that URL somewhere and follow these along with me. So now we will go to this link. So in my case that link was not working. It will not work in your case too. So I will upload the new link in the description. So you will go to this link. So I will upload this link. In here you will create new app. As you can see, create a new app and your unique name and other stuff. So I have given these information, and so after creating the app, you can see I have created the insight. So in the configuration of this app, you will first insert the callback URL you just copied and insert that here. Now you will see the client ID and client secret. You will copy this client ID and client secret here. So after copying this client ID and client secret, now in the next step we will create the Salesforce name credential. So in here, just go to Credential. So in the quick find box, write Credential. In name Credential, you will be, so I have inserted one. So this will be label and URL api0.com. so here you can see URL is this, and name, identity type, name principal, as you can see, O20, and this should be checked mark, start authentication flow. So just write save, click save, and in the next step, if you follow along, so in this step you will be redirected to Xero. So continue with any organization, you will select N. I have selected this MAC IT. In your case maybe it is this, so select this, and here you will allow the access. So now we are done with this step. We are done with this step. Okay, checked. So this step is done. In the fourth step, deploy this package salesforce to this. So just right click on this, I will open it in new tab. So from that, log in to your account. So now we are done. Deploy this package to this. So now let's create an Apex class and just run this. Just run this method. This is the Xero API that method. So here, okay. So let me brief you about this link. So if you see here, where is the GitHub link? So this was the deploy section. So just open this in new tab. Yes, I want to show you this, how this. So here you will see the deploy button. So just click on that and wait for a few seconds. You will be, these things will be deployed to your Salesforce account. So in the next step, create Apex class. In the developer console, I have created one, Xero checking. This is my Apex class. So just create a static method, and first copy the Xero API dot tenant ID and just check this tenant ID. What is this? So let me run this. So for running, we will execute anonymous window. Let comment out. So run this one and check the output. It will output the tenant ID. Debug only. And in here you can see this is the tenant ID. Double click on this and copy the whole ID up till here. So control copy, and now we will see the next step. So copy the tenant ID, and you can now access Xero API resource via Apex. So we have done with this step with name credential. So this is done, and deploy this package. This part is done. Retrieve the Xero tenant ID and store the custom ID into this. So we have copied the tenant ID. Oh, I think we have missed this step. So this step is very important. So after copying the tenant ID, what we will do, we will go to setup and we will create a new custom label and paste the tenant ID there. So quickly in the quick find box, just write custom, and you will see the custom labels here. So just right click on this, left click, sorry. So here you will create a new custom label. I have created the one with tenant ID, as you can see, and give these information. This is the name and category, and just paste the tenant ID here in the value, and just click save. So this part is done. Now it says that call to this API. So this API will work. So this will get the contacts of Xero. Now as you can see, we have created another method of get Xero contacts. So let's quickly debug this. So let's comment out this and call to this method principal Xero contact, and we will get the contacts. Debug only section. As you can see, printing Xero contacts, and these are the contacts lists. Here Xero response status okay. It means we got the response, we got the details. This is the ID, this is the status and provider name. As I gave the name of app is inside computing solutions. This is the date time, and so at the moment I have not inserted any contacts. As you can see, this is the empty list. So that's all for today. So let quickly summarize this. First, we have done the authorization, and then we create the Xero app that was not working, so I will paste link in the description. After creating Xero app, we will labelize this URL and other stuff. So after this point, you will deploy this on this URL, and then we will call this method to get the tenant ID. This tenant ID will be inserted in this custom label. You will create the custom label and insert the tenant ID in the value section, and then we will call this method, which is Xero API method, which will get the contacts of Xero. So that's all for today. You can use other methods also. This is the contact API method, and here you can get all the account of your salesforce and insert this account to Xero. So this account will be inserted into your Xero account, and you can also get the invoices of Xero, and there are other methods. You can check that out in the Xero APIs. So that's all for today, and meet you in another lecture. Have a nice day. Goodbye. Thank you.